Intersex is an umbrella term used to describe people born with variations in their sex characteristics. The percentage of intersex people in the world lies between 0.5 and 1.7%, according to the UN. Intersex people's healthcare, human rights, and social issues are often overlooked, and they continuously face human rights violations and discrimination, requiring cross-sectional responses in policy in fields such as education, healthcare, and the law.
INIA is an international research network put together to train a cohort of early-stage researchers working collaboratively to develop knowledge that will inform policymaking and practice across a range of key sectors. Intersex people's healthcare, social and human rights issues are often overlooked. They continue to face exposure to multiple forms of human rights violations and discrimination, requiring cross-sectoral policy responses in fields including healthcare, education, and the law. The INIA Consortium aims to conduct research that will support the well-being and rights of intersex people and those who are born with some variations of sex characteristics but do not identify as intersex. The INIA project's objectives have been to generate knowledge that supports the well-being and social and economic contributions of intersex people, use innovative interdisciplinary academic resources to push forward understandings of intersex and inform academic fields, and to produce excellent research and evidence to help address societal challenges associated with intersex. INIA's training objectives were to train a cohort of experts in the area of intersex and develop original sector-specific and intersectoral competencies, develop researcher capacities in research methods with intersex people and their families and with stakeholders, establish a collaborative network of highly skilled researchers and national and international stakeholders. The INIA project started on the 1st of March in 2020, established by the University of Huddersfield, the Université Libre de Bruxelles, Dublin City University, the University of Zurich, Escuela Andaluza de Salud Pública, and the Universitat Autónoma de Barcelona in collaboration with intersex activists and advocates and other specialists. It enabled 21 organizations from more than 10 countries to work together on issues relating to intersex people in a unique multidisciplinary and transsectoral network. The consortium includes international experts from a wide range of countries across the globe. The INIA work package themes are shared across the main partners and the INIA projects, and they include the life experiences of intersex people, service provision to intersex people and their families, legal aspects of intersex, and critical approaches to social policy and intersex. INIA recognizes the need for human rights for intersex people and that these rights are regularly infringed. We recognize the pressing need for the implementation of intersex human rights. INIA supports the position taken by the UN regarding intersex. The United Nations recognizes that medically unnecessary surgeries and other procedures on intersex children before they're able to provide informed consent constitute harmful practices. Other international and national bodies also address these practices as human rights abuses, including the Council of Europe and the European Parliament. INIA draws on the Yogyakarta principles, including the right to freedom from torture and cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment, or punishment and protection from medical abuses. INIA also draws on the Yogyakarta Principles plus 10, including the right to state protection, the right to bodily and mental integrity, and the right to truth. The INIA Innovative Training Network is supported by a grant from the European Commission's Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions Programme under project number 859869. This video reflects only the views of the authors, and the agency is not responsible for any use that may be made of the information it contains. Now a little bit about the projects. Hello, my name is Adi Berry and I'm at the University of Huddersfield. My project is entitled Older Intersex People, a Pan-European Intersectional Approach. The idea behind this project was to reveal issues faced by intersex people older than 50 years of age from across Europe by exploring their lived experience and their life histories. In taking a pan-European approach, the project enabled identification of the specific concerns of this highly invisible group. So, a main finding from my project. Contrary to the purported aims of early genital surgeries on intersex children, they do not guarantee acceptance. These procedures didn't prevent school bullying or ostracization or family rejection for participants in this project. Rather than making intersex lives better, these procedures indirectly harm even intersex people who weren't subjected to early surgeries, such as many people with Klinefelter syndrome, by maintaining intersex invisibility and curtailing intersex awareness. This allows systemic harms against intersex people, such as childhood genital surgeries and a lack of access to adequate and appropriate medical care, to proliferate unfettered.
Hi, my name is Sean Cypher Wall, and I am ESR2. And my project is looking at how intersex has been erased from social policy sectors in Ireland and England. It was a very interesting study, and basically, I was looking at different policy sectors like healthcare, social work, education, policing to see where the gaps are as far as intersex knowledge. And one interesting finding from my study was about intersex parents, intersex adoptive parents specifically, because I feel like a lot of the literature and the research so far focuses on parents of intersex children, but not on intersex people as parents, whether they adopt or whether they have children themselves. So that was interesting, and I hope that that can be developed in the future. And I'm really excited about all the other projects, and it was a great time. All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Audrey, I'm ESR3, and I'm working on the emergence of intersex activism in Europe. I've conducted many interviews with intersex activists, and what I found very interesting is to see how their self-perception, identity, and the way they describe themselves changed through discovering the word intersex, meeting the community, and engaging in intersex activism.
Hi, I'm Soumya. My project revolves around the legislative and policy reform for intersex human rights in Ireland and Malta. One of my early findings of the project is that in the Irish context, the law lies in the liminal space and not much has been done with regard to intersex issues yet. However, Malta was the first country across the globe to make laws to protect the human rights of intersex community, but these laws are not being implemented to their fullest extent. Taking a more substantive and holistic approach to these laws can lead to their better implementation.
Hi, my name is Macarena. My project centers on the awareness of intersex in education in Ireland and Sweden. One of my main findings is that there is a lack of acknowledgement of intersex related issues in educational settings. When these issues are addressed, they are often discussed in terms of medical pathology or mythology. Another one of my findings is that the educational system often disregards the trauma experienced by intersex people and how this can affect their education and learning. Issues faced by intersex students often include higher rates of absenteeism and dropout, discrimination and bullying, and lack of access to health and counseling services.
Hi, my name is Martin Grant. I am early stage researcher number 7, based at the University of Zurich, whose project is called Role Dissemination and Impact of Clinical Ethics in Multidisciplinary Teams on Intersex in Europe. My project examines collaboration of healthcare professionals in multidisciplinary teams, how they provide care, collaborate with each other, and with parents, possibly peer support groups. And what I found is that there's a lack of collaboration between healthcare professionals, peer support groups, and parents. And sadly, that there is still inadequate provision of transition of care. That's all.
I'm César from the Autonomous University of Barcelona. My research dives into intersex representations and subjectivities in English and Spanish cultural contexts. A key finding: well, most intersex people that I interviewed, regardless of their age, grew up without seeing any relatable experiences or bodies. But in recent years, there has been a growing number of positive intersex portrayals in media, books, comics, or theater, all created by talented intersex activists or allies. And these respectful and accurate intersex representations are absolutely vital as they help to combat stigma and break the silence around intersex experiences.
Hello, I'm Jessica Mestre. I'm the early researcher of the project number 9, Research Ethics in Intersex Studies, Exploring Ethical Principles for a Human Rights-Based Research Practice. One important finding of the project was the elaboration of principles that are not only beneficial for the participants' well-being, but also for the researchers' well-being, such as the principle of self-reflection and the need for previous training.
Hello. Hi. My name is Ernesto Celayandia Gonzalez. I'm an early stage researcher with the Andalusian School of Public Health and the University of Granada. I'm working on Project 10 of the INIA network, which explores the demands, organizing, and strategies of international and European intersex activist networks in human rights bodies. Doing this research, I found that there's an increasing visibility regarding the need for protecting and guaranteeing the human rights of intersex people. For example, genital surgeries that are medically unnecessary and are carried out without the consent of the treated person have been considered as human rights violations by many international human rights monitoring bodies. To date, for example, there are more than 40 recommendations from the United Nations treaty bodies to European countries to put an end to such practices. There are also a number of recommendations from the EU and the Council of Europe, and at least 6 European countries have already approved legislation with the aim of ending medically unnecessary surgeries and other treatments to be carried upon intersex children without their consent.